Okay, so here at MintBuilder, we're literally here to help thousands of people increase their wealth. Now, it sounds like a large task, but in reality, it's really easy when you put together a system, and the system is being able to attack wealth in two different areas. So we're calling it the dual wealth approach here at MintBuilder, and the first part of the dual wealth approach is protection from rising prices. If you can successfully navigate through just this alone, you're going to get ahead. But if you can also be able to have a platform to increase your income so you can work smarter, not just harder, then you're really going to multiply your success. And here at Mint Builder, we've been able to capitalize on those two parts, and that's why we call it the dual wealth approach. So let's the first part of this, let's cover it, and that is, the first part of the dual wealth approach. Start getting assets today. That's really huge. It's actually a really simple thing, but for a lot of people, what does that mean? What are these assets? And really, where it starts is to be able to break a cycle. Now, Albert Einstein said it the best. We've all heard it, and that is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, if you're having success with something, by all means, continue to do that. You want to continue to go through the process of success. However, if you're doing the same thing and you're not liking the results, it's time to switch it up. It's time to put the stop on it because you know what? We think of our money in this way, right? I mean, I did, for example. We think, we're going to do everything. We're going to pay everybody else throughout the month, and by the end of the month, our money's going to magically be there to save itself. But guess what? By the month's end or the next month's beginning, there's nothing left over. Now that is a negative loop, and we can put a stop to it immediately. And the first way to do that is to realize, first of all, that our cash, no matter what country you're in, is not an asset. If you're in British pounds or if you're in the US dollar, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are in the world, if you have paper currency, it is not an asset, and it is going down in value. Now, some people compare it to other currencies, and it looks like one's going up, one's going down, but really, it's just a matter of how fast they fall. One falls faster than the other, and that's kind of really what's happening with our cash. So it's good to have a little bit on hand, of course, for emergencies, but to have too much in it, to store it away somewhere where it's not drawing enough interest is bad. So here's what it looks like. The assets are really simple. It's just something that keeps head above the cost of rising prices, inflation, deflation, whatever you want to call it, where things are constantly getting more and more expensive year after year, decade after decade. An asset is something that will hold value overall higher than that. And now there's many different assets, but we feel like we've found one that actually fits every criteria to be classified as an asset the best, because it's also something that you can easily turn back into a liquid cash if needed. Now, before I talk to you about what these assets are here at Mint Builder, the first thing to really define is, what is your why? Why do you want more wealth? Why do you want these assets? Why do you want to get ahead? What's the real purpose for it? Now, it may sound kind of like a dumb question, because everybody pretty much wants that, but it's really important to define your why, because if you don't have your why, it's almost like you took away your rocket boosters. You have less gas, you have less power behind it. You just kind of going with the wind power instead of actually having some real fuel. So the reason why, now I've been in not only this industry since the mid late 90s, but also have been studying a lot of financial stuff as far as being mentored by Robert Kiyosaki, also by reading hundreds of books, and just kind of really and putting myself out there to truly be able to not only help myself but then to be able to reach others, and really psychologically, what is the reason why nobody's really seemed to be being able to get ahead. Well, the big reason for most people on why they want to do that is because they want a financial cushion. That's a big reason. And it's easy to sleep easier at night. It's a lot easier to sleep at night if you have the money put away. If you have 1 month's income put away, 6 months income, even a year's worth of income. If that sounds far-fetched to you, I want you to understand that it can happen for anybody. It's not that hard. It's just about changing the cycle that we work through on a monthly basis. It's about just tweaking it just a little tiny bit. And then you're able to do that. Now, having a financial cushion means that if your car breaks down, you got money for that. If you get laid off or you have to transition jobs, you have money for that. If some other foreseen thing comes up, medical or something, you have money for that. And you're taken care of and your loved ones are taken care of. That financial cushion is huge. That's the biggest why for most people. For a lot of people, probably just taking a vacation or holiday once or twice or maybe 3 or 4 times a year to reset your mind is very important as well. That's tops the list for some people. Now, when you finally have some money put away, maybe a few thousand at least, if you don't have any, which 90% of people don't, then the next thing you want to do is have money put away for new investments. Now, people like I talked about Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, a lot of these financial authors, this is what they do. The reason they save, they said the main reason they save is so they have seed money for new investments. Now, that's a big reason why for a lot of people. And so if you can do that, you actually can get yourself ahead even faster and further because you have that money saved. So saving is an important thing. It's not a thing of the past. It shouldn't be. It's something that really, really is important. Maybe you have big purchases coming up, like a new car, a new home. It's great to be able to, pay outright for it, really. But if you have to, at least have a bigger chunk down so that your interest rates are lower and your payments are more affordable. That kind of stuff is important. So another great reason why for most people. And then maybe you're looking to further your career, or you have someone else in your house that's going to university or college. It's very expensive. Another great reason. If you know exactly what you're wanting to go in for and not just using it for no reason, which a lot of people do as well, but that's a whole nother topic for another time. But again, another one of the big reasons why people out there wanting to have money put away. So maybe it's for an inheritance. I don't even have a thing on here, but that's something I hear a lot of. Maybe you want to be able to pass on a legacy. So those are all reasons. So now that you understand that, maybe all of those, you feel a little bit of some of them, all of them. Maybe there's thousands of other reasons too. But understanding that's so important. And now that you kind of grasp that, maybe you already knew, it's important to know that we can help get you there very quickly. Here at MintBuilder, we've designed a path for you to get there. Now, these assets that we're talking about are simply gold and silver. Now, these have been and will continue to be the true wealth standard. They literally have been for thousands of years. The hobby of the kings. This is something that has been true wealth, and I don't think we'll ever go anywhere. And the reason is because we can't make it. There's a finite amount of gold and silver. We're consuming silver at a more and more rapid rate. They're saying it's going to become one of the most rare metals eventually. We're using it in like cell phones, medical field, things like that. Gold is also being used a little bit in that area. Also, it's being hoarded, of course, in jewelry, things like that. Now, again, money used to be based on precious metals. Unfortunately, that time has kind of went away for the time being. It could come back, who knows? However, nobody can argue the fact that gold and silver is truly a measure of wealth when you have it. It's like any other thing. You can have a pile of something filling up your closet or your garage, and you probably want to get rid of it. But if you had a pile of gold and silver filling up your closet or your garage, which I think most people would agree that they would not be upset about that. So that, again, just proves that this is a true wealth standard. Now, talking about this loop and how to just tweak it just a little bit. So you see the blue in the middle, that's your income coming in each week or bi-weekly or monthly, however you're paid. And then you have expenses coming out each month. And so this is a continual loop that comes in. You get your income, you pay others first. You get more income, you pay others first. Now, if you can just interrupt that loop with just a little tiny thing, and that is being able to get an asset on an automatic monthly saver program. That is the way to do it. Now, some mutual fund companies have successfully infiltrated that. For example, here in the U.S., we have 401ks that's been going on for a few decades now, and again, not advocating that they're good or bad. You can do your own research on that. But the whole point that's been successful for them is that they've been able to come into companies and they put it in so that people can set it and forget it. They can set a certain percentage of their check to come out and go into the 401k, so then they don't even think about it. That money is not in their mind. They just look at it as whatever's left over is what they have to work with, and guess what? It still fits your expenses. It's amazing how that works. In the meantime, you're building up assets, hopefully, and that's what this program here is all about. So what we have here at MintBuilder is a monthly asset autosaver program. So you're actually accumulating physical silver or gold. In this example with our autosavers, we have perfectly graded MS70s. Now, they're pure silver. They're 99.9% pure silver, but they also have rarity. Just how much rarity? Well, again, these particular coins here are MS70. That means mint state 70. The grade goes from 1 to 70, being 70 is the perfect grade you can get. You can't get a better grade than that, which means what? They have more rarity to them. So how much rarity is it? Well, they started minting these exact coins in 1986. They're still minting them today. If you would have been able to just get one of these coins each month since 1986, today you'd have about 400 coins. Now, what would those 400 coins be worth? Just about $1 million. That is a nice asset. That's something that's keeping your head above rising prices. And that's what we're talking about here. We're actually shipping physical assets. You get to hold them in your hand. It's not some kind of paper saying that you own something somewhere stored away in a vault. Hopefully that it's actually really there if you ever want to take delivery of it. Instead, you actually get this and you get to hold it yourself. And you can do what you want with it. You can store it in your own safe, or whatever you decide you want to do with it. It's up to you. But having wealth in your hand is far more important than to have it in that form. Now, the average coin value is about $2,000 when you average out the 400 coins being worth about $1 million. So that's a huge thing to know and understand over time. This isn't something that you're going to grab these coins up and then say, oh, and next month these coins are going to be worth double the amount. This is more of a mid to long-term type of a savings. Now, you can always liquidate them, and that's fine. You can, if you need to. It's easy enough. But the way our program works is like this. You can either set up a basic autosaver, and that way you're getting 1 coin per month. Every single month, you're setting that aside. And our retail price on these coins are 119. So remember, the average coin price over those, since 1986 is over 2,000 a coin. And then we have our Elite Autosaver. That's the second choice. With this one, if you buy 2 coins, we're going to give you a free coin. So you're going to get 3 coins every single month. Now, if you would have been on this program since 1986, of course, you would actually have $3 million in assets put away. So you would have only paid for 2/3 of those coins. You would have got the other third for free. Now, the retail price is $238. Now, what we do here at MintBuilder is we have created a membership. So with this membership, you're going to get a discounted price on these autosavers, as well as discounted price on other things that I'll cover in just a minute. But look at what the difference is. So with a membership, you're only going to pay $98 for your basic autosaver each month. And on the Elite, the same thing holds true. So you're going to buy 2 of these coins at $98 a piece, and you're going to get a third coin for free. So only $196 for 3 of these coins that the average over 2,000 a piece. Now, the membership here allows you to accumulate a massive 55% savings when you're talking about being on the member Elite versus the retail basic. That's a huge savings. And the lifetime membership is not something you're going to pay for every single year. You just pay for it one time, and it's $99 one time only, and it's going to give you this lifetime ability to save. As long as you're on an autosaver, you're going to be able to continue to have that savings. However, right now we're running a promotion, and this lifetime membership is being waived. It's free. So it's a nice thing to be able to take advantage of at this moment, and you can come in, you can get the savings. Just pick which autosaver you want to be set up on, a basic or an Elite, and just take advantage of the savings. Now, what other savings are there with a membership? Well, we have other graded coins, numismatic collectible coins, lots of them in our shop. You're going to get a discount on those products because those products are in there, and again, the member pricing is much better. And then also we have coin related jewelry, which make for great gifts, and I'll show you those in a little bit. And then bullion. Now, bullion is silver and gold that's ungraded. It can be privately minted, it can be minted from the government. There's different ways to get bullion, but here's the key about the bullion here with our program. The bullion is sent to you at cost. So what it costs for us to receive it, package it, and ship it to you, that's the cost you're going to pay for the bullion. So it gives you a great price on all bullion. We have a lot of people taking huge advantage of that pricing, ordering $10,000 or $20,000 at a time, and that's great. So that's just another advantage of this membership that normally costs $99, and then, again, is being waived right now. It's a free membership at this moment. Now, the second part of the dual wealth approach, the first part again, is start accumulating assets. I can't stress how that is the most important way to start getting yourself ahead. Imagine if you had 50 of those coins, 100 of those coins. What if you had all 400 coins since they started in 1986 and you literally had $1 million worth of coins setting away right now? That would be a great feeling knowing you have that. So that's so important, because if you don't start now, then that means that you're hoping later something's going to happen, and it just doesn't work that way. I've thought that way. I finally had to change my mentality with that, and it took a little bit, but once I got past it, now I make that a habit with almost everything that I do. And it really helps you get successful very quickly. Now, the second part is start increasing your income right away. So for a lot of people, if you're anything like me, I had a really strong work ethic. I still do, but I try to focus it in a different way. And if you're like me, again, I believe that if I just worked hard enough, I could keep working my way up this corporate ladder, and I can keep making more and more money, and it was going to solve all my financial problems. Well, I did that in the 90s, and I was very young going into this. I was setting records for the youngest person in this big corporation I was in, moving up the levels, and I had a guy that was 2 levels above me, and he was an executive in the company, and he was making well into the six-figure income. And he had told me that it doesn't matter how much you make, you're just going to live at a higher level of broke. And I was devastated when he said that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it took me a few days to shake it off, and I said, you know what, that's not going to be me. Well, I moved up a couple more levels as I was moving up the ladder, and guess what? It was exactly me. I did exactly what he said, even though I was determined not to. And the reason why that happened wasn't because he was uneducated or not smart, and the same for me. That's not the case. It wasn't like we weren't hard enough workers. We were doing what needed to be done. We just didn't understand what wealth really was. We didn't understand how to manage finances. We didn't understand. This isn't something that we were taught in school. It's not something I was taught by my parents or any of my family members. The only thing I was taught by my grandparents and stuff was that looking at like the ultra elite, the ultra wealthy, that they're greedy and selfish people. That was really what I was taught, and it took me a long time to break out of that mentality. And when I did, I realized something great. But the point of this whole thing I'm talking about here is this: you have to be able to get past the idea that only working harder fixes all the problems. Really, where the men starts happening, where things start really coming together, is when you understand leverage. If you don't understand leverage, I can guarantee you're working too hard, or you're not making anything. It's either one or the other, because leverage is key to all of it. And when you do start to understand leverage, it's going to lead to residual income. Now, we all have, residual bills. It's just a matter of, is it your cell phone, your mobile? Is it your heat, your power, your electric, your gas? Is it one of those things? Is it entertainment? Is it petrol or gas for your car? What is it? Just think through your head. Even if you have your house paid off and your car is paid off, you're still going to have residual bills, right? So why in the world can't we have income coming in a residual fashion? That was something I wish I would have understood in the 90s. If I would have understood that, then it would have made a much larger impact today because of the leverage over that amount of time. Now, the fact is we can have residual income. Think about if your power company, they have hundreds, maybe thousands of employees that are leveraging their time and efforts. And they also are getting paid monthly from their consumers. So that means they're earning residual income. Now, I know these corporations are multi-million dollar corporations, and I know people are always like, well, I don't have that kind of money to invest. Well, first of all, investing starts somewhere, and that's saving. You got to have a seed money put away so you can invest. Second of all, it doesn't necessarily take millions of dollars to be able to start earning leveraged residual income. And the reason I say that is because we've actually done something here at MintBuilder to help you with that. But before I get into that, it's really important to dismiss what I was talking about, this bad thought process of the ultra wealthy being greedy, selfish people, because really what I've discovered, and I believe with everything in me, is that money only magnifies who you already are. Now, if you are already kind of a greedy, selfish individual, it's probably going to magnify that. If you're a very giving, caring person, or you want to do well for yourself and your family, but you also, you think better for everybody, then money's going to magnify that. Think of Bill Gates as a great example. You know, if he was only making, 50,000 a year, he would be able to help by giving maybe 1,000 or 2,000 a year to charity. But instead, he makes billions, and so he's literally given away more than $1 billion to charity. So not that charity is the end all be all, but it just is an example of money magnifying who you already are. So wouldn't it be just to think about yourself once? What if you had a couple $1 million? What if your monthly income was increased by 10,000 a month, or 20,000 a month? What if it was increased by that much? How would that magnify your personality? What would that look like? It's a really neat concept to ponder on for a minute. And knowing, back to what we talked about at the beginning, knowing your why, that's important to know exactly now moving forward. What does this look like, so you can take it to the next step. Now, here at MintBuilder, what we've done is we've built and created an income platform. It's dedicated. It's a dedicated income platform for you. It's going to allow you to generate that leveraged residual income. Now, we've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we've already spent more than a decade, building up relationships, getting all the stuff put together so that we can help more people be able to earn leveraged residual income. Now, you don't need millions, you don't need hundreds of thousands, you don't need tens of thousands of dollars to be able to tap into leveraged residual income, as most people believe. Now we're coming into it, and really all that has to happen is you have to be on an autosaver, because the membership's even free at this point. So you're accumulating wealth, and now you can actually earn residual leveraged income, and I'm going to talk about that now moving forward. So here's one of the ways you can earn. Because you have a dedicated platform that's just assigned to you only, you can earn direct sales commissions. All you have to do is you look at the 3 categories we've got here. We have these collectible coins, great products. Here's one we're actually out of now, but this was one we had not too long ago. Spider-Man coin, selling for around $500. And then there's a very small amount of those minted. We were able to grab up quite a bit of them, as many as we could, and those coins now are selling for over $1,000. So these are great products you're able to offer, even to buy yourself. And those are the collectible line. And then we have the coin jewelry related line, which is nice as gifts. It's nice to sport yourself. I mean, to help promote your business, whatever. I like the money clip as one of my favorites, because I put my credit cards and my cash in there, and when I pay for something, it's kind of a neat little centerpiece. People often ask, what is that? That's really cool. What is that? And then I can tell them a little bit. And then also there's, of course, the bullion line that we sell at cost bullion, gold and silver, to our members. And so you have these 3 categories. You can promote these. Now, you don't have to build a website. You don't have to go get a merchant credit card processor all set up. You don't have to, order and carry inventory. You don't have to package and deliver and worry about insurance and if the product's going to make it or not. You don't have to worry about that stuff. All of that's done for you. All you simply have to do is take your own personal link that we give you that's tied to your dedicated platform, and you just share it with people. You can share it text messages, you can share it through social media, you can find marketing leads, however you want to share it. You just share that link. That's it. And when people go in and they say, hey, I like this product, and they purchase something, then a commission is going to be sent right to you. You don't even have to do anything other than that. That's it. All the rest is taken care of. This is why the platform that we're talking about here is so powerful, because it's so simple. So many people can do it very easily. And you're helping people accumulate wealth. So it's a really nice thing. Now, the second and most powerful way that you can earn here at MintBuilder is the daily cycle commissions. Now, this is huge, because we're talking about just helping people get on to these wealth building assets. They're going to be able to get either the basic or the elite, or you can sell bullion on your shop, or you can sell collectible coins or jewelry. All these things are what they're going to do is they're going to put points into your team. Now, you have a left team and a right team. This is a binary program, so it's set up, meaning binary just means 2 teams. So whenever someone in your upline makes a sale somewhere in below you, or you personally make a sale, or one of your personals make a sale, or one of their personals below them make a sale, all 4 of these different ways are ways that you can have sales, then points are going to be generated. And they're either going to be generated in your left team or in your right team. Now, I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but it really is simple. With the binary, it's all about the power of 2, okay? And these points going in there are going to turn into money for you. And I'm going to show you how it works. So the power of two. Let's say that you have what we call 20 mint points, which means that you're on the elite autosave. You're buying two, getting a third coin free each month. Most people prefer to come in that way. And so you end up referring somebody. They come in on your left, and you refer a second person. They come in on your right. So now you have 20 points each coming in from those two, and that means you're going to cycle and make $20. So it's really that simple. You referred two people and you just made $20. Now that $20 is going to be monthly. You're going to earn that every single month if you refer two people onto an elite package. It's that simple. Every month you get an extra free $20 just because you show someone a link and they watch it and say, hey, you know what? I want to get that product. And sometimes some of those people want to come in and join your team as well, and you can earn something from that as well. So all these points get added up into here. Now, we actually pay up to $12,000 per week per business center. So this is considered a business center. It's your own binary. You have two teams. Some people choose to have a business center here and a business center here and a business center here, so they own three business centers. But each business center is allowed to make $12,000 per week. Again, so what would you do at $12,000 more per week? That's the max you can earn in a weekly, and that's just with the daily cycle commissions. So again, you can earn up to 600 cycles and 12,000 weekly. Now, it really is simple. It's easy for our brains to start overcomplicating things. The whole point of this program is we're trying to make it so simple that anybody can have success with it. The first step of success, again, is starting to build up your own wealth, and that is to start accumulating assets. That is the most important thing that anyone can take away from this today. The second most important thing would be to be able to start generating a little bit extra income. How much would help you to move forward? And again, the simplicity of it is just two people. It's just the power of two. Do you know two people who would like to get better results from their savings? If you're talking about a bank savings, you're talking about often far less than 1%. And inflation itself is way more than 1%. Whereas saving silver is far more than inflation over the historical average. So do you know anyone who would like to take advantage of that and get better results from their savings? Do you know two people who would like to start generating more money? Maybe you know two people who want to do both, or maybe you know 100 people. I don't know, but it does start with just two, and that's it. And then maybe they know two, and then that's when your income starts to really grow. How badly do you want to start protecting your own wealth? Do you want to start getting one asset a month? Do you want three? Some people get on multiple elite packages and they're getting 6 or 9 coins a month. That same thing holds true. Buy 2, get 1 free. So if you buy 4, you get 2 free. If you buy 6, you get 3 free. So that same thing continues. There's no limit to that. And how much leverage residual income do you want to make each week? Again, normally it would always, in the past, it was always based on how much, how many $1 million you have to invest so that you can start earning leverage. You can start leveraging off of lots of employees and start earning residual money, from corporate. But nowadays it's becoming easier and easier because of social media and things like that, that you don't have to necessarily have that kind of money. And that's what we're doing here at MintBuilder, trying to make it that simple. Would an extra $200 a week, would that be significant for you? 500, 1,000, 12,000? What is it that you want to achieve? We've opened it from the lowest level of making an extra $20 a week all the way up to making $12,000 a week. So whatever it is, you can set your goal and reach that. Now, I saved the best residual income for last. This is the most powerful personal residual income in our industry. We call it the residual gold mine because you're digging for gold. The deeper you dig, the more you're going to make. Now, there's 3 levels of depth to how much you can make. And we've set this particular residual income with a quick momentum. And how that works is you have 30 days from the day you join to have a qualification period. Now, it's really easy. We didn't make it hard. We made it low-hanging fruit. And we did it on purpose like that. So if you have people joining your team, you want them to take action quickly and not wait 6 months or 12 months, because we know that things don't tend to happen if we put them off instead of just doing them right away. So we set this this extra bonus, if you will, we set this up as an incentive. Now, in the industry, the average personal commission you make per sale is about $4.25. And I'm going to show you how this blows that away. Now, How this works, level 1 of the residual gold mine, you refer 2 people onto autosavers. It doesn't matter if it's the basic or the elite, doesn't matter. If you do this within your first 30 days, you're going to earn $10 every single month in residual income for each personal that you ever refer into the business. Again, the first 30 days is just the qualification period, just to let you know, did you make it to level 1, level 2, or level 3 in the residual gold mine. That's it. Once you've hit that level, you hold that level for the life of your business. So $10. Remember, I told you the average is $4.25. Well, just at level 1, you're more than doubling the industry average. And then to hit level 2, you just refer a third person. That's it. Just one more person. And we're going to raise it 50%. We're going to pay you $15 every month for each personal for the life of the business. And then, of course, level 3 is refer a fourth person. Just 4 people, again, onto a basic or an elite within your first 30 days. And we're going to double the money. We're going to pay you $20 every single month residually for each personal. Now, again, if you hit this level 3 in your first 30 days, now you're locked in and qualified at level 3. So let's say over the next 2 years, you end up referring 100 people into the business. 100 times 20 is $2,000. That means you're going to earn $2,000. So it's just hitting that. Make sure you bring in the 4, refer 4 people onto an autosaver in your first 30 days. If you make sure you hit that, then you have plenty of time after that to continue to bring more people in and keep earning more 20s. And again, this is an addition, this is just an extra bonus in addition to the daily cycle commissions. So you can really be earning a lot. Now, just to give you an example, at the lowest level, if you hit this, you refer 4 people with just the smallest amount of daily cycle commission, you're going to be earning, the very lowest will be $100 a month, probably much, much more, but at least 100. So you basically are getting the 1 coin free every month. You're getting a basic autosaver free every single month by referring 4. So refer 4 and get a coin free. So if you're on the elite, what does that mean? You're buying 1 coin, getting 2 coins free if you refer 4. So you can do the math, refer probably another 4, and it's pretty well sure that you're going to be making well more than enough to get all of your coins for free. So it's really important to lock in your position now. Start building your wealth with the dual wealth approach today. Again, we are running a promotion, as I mentioned earlier, that your lifetime membership that gives you all those benefits is being waived. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is come in today and lock in with either basic, getting 1 asset each month, or an elite where you buy 2 assets each month and we'll give you a third one for free. Those are the 2 choices coming in. Really simple, really easy. Now's the time to take advantage of it. And so that's all I have for today. And hopefully that you've gathered something as far as why it's so important to start accumulating true wealth, true assets, and to start doing it right away rather than waiting. That's the first step to your success in accomplishing your why. Being able to sleep easy at night, knowing you have 1 month, 6 months, a year's worth of wealth put away, in case of emergencies or whatever it is your future plans are. So important. And then now start building some wealth in addition to that. So with that, I would say get back to the person who invited you to see this today, and together, let's make a mint.